Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we'll look at a scenario in which Cambodia forms an empire. Why would we want to see Cambodia form an empire? Just because we haven't done it yet. We've done Laos, Thailand, India, China, Russia, Poland, Germany, Ukraine, and Spain, Portugal, Britain, Algeria, Democratic Republic of Congo, USA, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Colombia, I think. I don't even know anymore. But yeah, so we've done a lot of countries, even Japan. And so the first thing they do is declare war on Laos, because Laos is probably... But they decide they won't bomb Laos because Laos has already been bombed enough, is their opinion. Which I consider fair, because, well, the U.S. bombed them even though they weren't part of the Vietnam War. Yeah, how's that for bad aim? And while Cambodia moves up Laos, Laos fights and resists hard. But ultimately, they're unable to hold. They realize they're probably going to become a puppet. But yeah. But due to the narrowness of it, makes it really hard because, well, in a narrow country, think of it, your forces have to go through narrow lands. Unless you can theoretically come from this side, in which you can cut it off. But the only problem with this is that it's a narrow front, so you need lots of troops. But not too many. You don't want to make an easy target. And now this is where it would get hard. With Laos fighting resistantly. And guys, we're getting far with subscribers. And so, subscribers, which means we have 37 left to go to get our goal. Now, after that successful war, Cambodia is now ready to go after Vietnam. And like the strategy I talked about earlier, well, look what they do. And they cut it off in this area. But Vietnam invades their puppet state. And well, a big chunk of land in their puppet state falls. As you can tell, it goes pretty well. Ultimately doing that. And ultimately in the south they start a small offensive. This goes pretty well, but then it's stopped. And Cambodia doesn't worry as they are able to stop it. So they just stop that without moving much forces from their main front line. And then they move some forces from here to cut Vietnam. Vietnam loses more land. And then they try it again. Ultimately, this one fails as the Vietnamese fighters push it back. But why did they get pushed back there? Because they didn't send many troops because they were at something else. See? This is what they were actually planning on their counter-offensive. So they did that first to make them think that that's where they should put their troops. When, in fact, they were actually sending that attack to prepare both the north and southern fronts. And Vietnam is shocked at the success of this attack. Why is this video taking so long, maybe? For just this? But they have one more target up their back. And yeah. So Vietnam is kinda in trouble. Vietnam just agrees to peace after this land falls. But that's a bit not right away they agree to peace. They sorta have a campaign here. Ultimately not doing much, so they just sign peace. Stay independent, but at what cost? Almost of their territory. But the Laos puppet state also got annexed, and Thailand doesn't know what hit them, as this full area falls on them and seen as a shock. And yeah, this happens. And yeah, Thailand is in trouble, except for the fact somebody gives them aid and advice. Some future time traveler, who even knows. I want to do an alternate history of the world, but I'll have to make my own map, which will be a pain. You know why? Because I can't really get a good, like, map for it. I don't want Germany to be, like, 4 pixels. So I'll just make my own on this map. It'll be bad, but it'll be good enough. And Bangkok Falls on Thailand, and they are sad. But then an encirclement happens, and they are in trouble. And for their front lines to break, Myanmar decides to join this war, claiming they are liberating Thailand, which maybe they are, maybe they're not. Who's to say? History shall say. But it's a good thing this isn't real. Wouldn't you guys agree? And I can't believe we only got 37 subscribers again in the next 9 days. So yeah. And I'll probably upload more because I'm going to be off school soon. So yeah. And yeah, finally Myanmar falls. And now for the peace treaty. They're being formed at the expense of a few nations, including Vietnam, is what's at the expense of mostly, and many other nations' independence. But then China, for some reason, annexes what's left of Vietnam. Despite being told not to, they do. And for some reason, Malaysia joins Myanmar. And Brunei. Don't know why. But yeah. And that's all for today's video. Please like and subscribe. Why should you subscribe? Because we're 37 subscribers away from our goal by the end of the month, which is 300 subscribers, which is 600 subscribers. I can't believe how much we grew. We're running fast. And I hope you'll subscribe. And yeah, we'll have an alternate history of the world once I get that map figured out. And yeah, will it look perfect? Probably not. But will I try? Yep. What countries do I think will look the best? Well, probably Spain and Portugal. And it's definitely not because they were the same then. No, definitely not because their European borders were the same. Definitely not. And then a challenge will be Bulgaria because they had a tiny bit more land. Ottoman Empire, that'll be chill. And then let's look at Britain. It'll just be drawing everything red for Britain. Why am I being funny? Because Britannia rules the waves. They used to, at least. Maybe not anymore. And yeah, in Thailand will pretty much not be much different. Vietnam will be part of Indochina. And I don't know what year I'll put it to, but note there will be a lot to happen. And there might be a secret nation. Maybe. But yeah. And that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, comment, Wild Mapper out, but not till you subscribe. That's all for today's video. Wild Mapper, go bye.